Good morning. I have been emphasizing and re emphasizing on the aspect of the new regime or the old regime. Now, the new regime means we have knocked out, we have come out, broken the shackles, we have killed all the elements that were keeping us behind. We are trying to transgress the what do you call it, the blockade, which was not helping India to grow. What was the old regime? It was a system developed for a period of about 40, 50 years for the purpose of bringing out India of the depths of deprivation, I would say, which the British have led us to. And the old regime sustained, it held us together, it ran well. I don't decry it at all. But today, the whole gamut of operations in the world has changed. Now, we must move along with the changes. We cannot keep on holding the old one and say, no, no, we'll keep the old one and try to reach the new player. It will not be possible. See, unless we have a 6-lane highway and a dedicated highway, just planning for Bangalore to Chennai, you can reach the place within 2 hours. If you have a mud road, can you drive a car in that in a rainy season? Can you imagine it? And how long would it take you to go by a bullock cart? So we have come from a bullock cart stage, we come from a single lane stage to a 6-lane stage. In the same manner, we should move from the old regime, a new thought process, fitting the old regime taking along the old regime with the new regime. That is important. It's like sorting out a puzzle, putting pieces together. Pick some from the old regime, try to fix it in the new regime. Keep the new regime going and break away certain pieces and try to fit in the old regime so that it goes along smoothly rather than breaking down completely. And that is what we are now aiming for. We have kept the income tax, and for the indirect taxes, we have changed the perspective of indirect taxes. Instead of having a cascading method of taxation, and not only that, keeping a number of activities going together and number of government servants wasting their time on tracking things, it has focused on one aspect, and that aspect envelops all the indirect taxes that are existing previously. The old regime had, say 27 taxes. Today, all the 27 taxes are made into one single tax. You can see the benefit because each person need not address each and every tax. A consultant for each and every tax. Today, he's got one advisor, one consultant who brings into focus all the taxation into focus, and you have one GST. Just imagine the amount of savings of time, effort, investment, manual procedures, governmental expenditure. You can imagine the amount of savings we are doing on that. Now, when we come to the income tax, we had old provisions because, as I already told you, I have been talking about it because we required that money. But today we require money to grow, not only to save. So how do we give that money to the government to grow? They should impress upon us, yes, we will give you benefits and you give us the benefits. What is the benefit the government is giving you? A reduction in the rates of taxes. What is your opportunity movement now? Take that opportunity, use that money which you save by going on to the new regime and going into the expenditure format by which you will be able to give more money to the government for investment. I have been emphasizing and re-emphasizing. Why? The reason being that unless the government invests, private industry cannot invest so much. See, if you want to link Kanyakumari to Kashmir and from Kutch to Aizwal, you can't do it. An independent individual cannot do it, and number of individuals also cannot do it because you have so many interlinked factors which will play a major part in breaking those things. Religion, you have language, you have structural formations all over India, you have different climates, you have different, what do you call it, terrain, you have everything. You have to protect animals, you have to protect the flora, you have to protect the fauna, you have to protect the deserts, you have to protect the beaches, you have to protect the forests. There are so many aspects which need to be intermingled and meshed together in order to put forward a road or even a bridge or an overhanging bridge to structure a road, structure a railway line. There are so many aspects to it which the government is able to implement because it has got the powers. It is able to use its strength of as a government with so much of backing, with funds, resources. It's able to invest in the benefits, pouring opportunities for the people. Like I would told you about the DFC, the dedicated freight corridor. Now the ONDC has come in. Now you're having the infrastructure wherein you're linking Andamar and Nicobar to the mainland through a underground sea link with the internet being available there. You are linking Lakshadweep with the mainland. There are so many things are happening, and investments are running into thousands of crores because the new method of approaching the world, because you have been isolated. You are now approaching the world. When you're approaching the world, a new perspective should come. And a new world, you require new forms of thinking, penetrative thinking, and objectively viewing how they will reciprocate and how will they view your activities. That is the most important thing. And that is where you have to understand what the others have done outside from an insulated point of view, and then break that insulation, go into a new area, so that the untraveled area, so that you will be able to reach and match with the world's requirements. And that is what is happening today. And that investment and that dedicated, I would say, investment in infrastructure and other things can be made only by the government. And that can be assisted only when we contribute to invest in the government so that it can invest for us. And that is why I am trying to tell everybody that we should break the shackles which have been, which has tangled our legs together. Break those shackles. And I told you in the old period, break the coconut. Only then you'll feel the richness of that fruit and the richness of that water. So I would like to proceed. The next stage would be how we can take this for the opportunities rising out of these new infrastructure developments. Because I have already given indication, I would say, an indication how you can incline towards a new regime. Still look at the old regime. I'm not saying no to it. It is your how you take it. But my opinion would be go into the new regime and you will reap more benefits than what is existing today. Thank you.